30 is a fantastic number, and I'm not just saying that because that's how many years I'll have been on this planet come August 21st. I'm not in denial, I'm not in denial at all. Drawing the number 30 in the Royal Rumble match has to be as close as a WWE superstar comes to winning the lottery without actually winning the lottery. It's the best possible scenario for any combatant heading into a Rumble match. The 30th entrant is always refreshed and raring to go after sitting back with a nice cold beer for the previous hour, watching their contemporaries kill each other. It's simple. Haul a couple of tired corpses over the top rope and you're in the main event at WrestleMania. It's a breeze. What's that? Only 3 men have won from entering at number 30. 3? Really? Crumbs. Forget about that then, the last entrant in the Rumble is a crucial one as they often play a huge part in the climax of the match. And we all love a good climax. Hahaha. Intercourse. I'm Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic.com and these are the 10 best number 30 entrants in Royal Rumble history. Join us. Number 10, Ted DiBiase in 1989. Now this doesn't really have anything to do with how Ted DiBiase did when he took to the ring in the '89 Rumble, it's the way he got himself to the number 30 spot that is so special. I like my graps to make sense, and nothing makes more sense than a man with literally $1 million buying the last entry spot in the Royal Rumble because he can. As Bare Naked Ladies once said, if I had $1 million, I'd buy me a one-way ticket to the main event of WrestleMania, baby. Woo! Unhappy with the number he had picked for himself out of the fabled Golden Tombola, Teddy with a big wedge went in and spoke to the Doctor of Style himself, Slick. Teddy asked if Tricky Slicky was happy with the numbers he had picked for his boys, and Big Dicky Slicky said he was. They went off for a chat, with Ted buying the best number of them all for a sum of money that is known in the trade as Bear Coin. Of course the $1 Million Man would be a glorious bastard like this. The investment didn't pay off for Ted, as he would go on to be the last man eliminated from the '89 Rumble by the winner, Big John Studd, who in the process became the first man to win a 30-man Rumble. Historic. Number 9, Roman Reigns in 2017. Wow now. Calm down, settle, hear me out. Much like a trip to the dentist to get a tooth removed, Roman Reigns entering the 2017 Rumble in the number 30 slot felt absolutely horrid at the time. But looking back, it did some good. After a wonderful battle against Kevin Owens earlier in the night, that one where Chris Jericho was a sexy piñata, the WWE Universe had their Roman Reigns fix flowing through their veins, and were having a bloody lovely time. By the end of the Rumble match, an overwhelming majority of fans were gagging for a Samoan named Joe to be the final entrant into the match. But WWE completely misunderstood this and sent out that big oily dog bastard instead of Samoa Joe. We all know how Roman Reigns is perceived by many, and this decision just added lots more fuel to their respective fires. It felt like WWE were trolling us, creating several memes and being absolute bastards. However, they were doing some good here. Such is the disdain from Roman Reigns from some, the presence of the big dog overshadowed the underwhelming result of Randy Orton winning the match. People were so fixated on Roman not winning that Randy's win felt better than it ever should have. Unagi, we were all played. WWE wanted to go in a particular direction here, and Roman was used as a sacrificial lamb to get there, all while sowing the seeds for the match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. Good times. Please don't hurt me. Number 8, CHYNA in 1999. The 1999 Royal Rumble wasn't that good. It was convoluted, disjointed, and centered around 2 participants who were barely in the ring at all. Damn you, Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, for being so good at your jobs. One of the highlights, however, was CHYNA, who made history by being the first ever lady to appear in a Royal Rumble match. In a time before #GiveDivas and the women's revolution, CHYNA was taking great walls and smashing them down. Get it? She was a female enforcer in a time when women in the WWE were nothing more than inappropriately used eye candy, and Mae Young. After usurping Vince McMahon to win the DX vs. Corporation mini rumble to determine who would enter the '99 Rumble in the coveted number 30 spot, down she came as business, well, it didn't pick up, it just kinda happened. CHYNA's Rumble didn't really get going. She lasted 35 seconds, eliminating Mark Henry before Austin launched her over the top, but her mere presence in the ring cannot be underestimated and shouldn't be forgotten. Obviously, the likes of Beth Phoenix and Karma have added to the history since then, and we're on the brink of witnessing the first ever women's Rumble match, but CHYNA was the first, and the 30th, so she's perfect for this list. Number 7, Triple H in 2016. Traditionally, the winner of the 30-man Royal Rumble match is awarded a match for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. However, Vince McMahon had decided that the WWE champion at the time, Roman Reigns, would also have to defend his title in the Rumble match. He even entered at number 1. What an underdog. Big dog. I won't lie, it felt like we were sleepwalking into yet another Reigns victory at the Rumble, putting us on the road to the second Roman Mania in a row. However, WWE threw a massive red herring into the mix in the form of Triple H. The company's thinking here was clearly by having Trips as champion, somebody the fans wanted to see in the role even less than Roman Reigns, then by the time Reigns won back the title, fans would be happy. This didn't happen because nobody liked Roman at the time, but top marks for trying, Vince. Big Daddy Paul returned as the shocking 30th entrant. The game, of course, had been missing from main roster shows since Reigns took a chair to his torso at TLC 2015, with WWE claiming he was injured. Let's just forget Hunter appeared at NXT TakeOver London without a mark on him 3 short days later, shall we? In a match where many believed it was Dean Ambrose's turn to have the ball, Triple H took his shovel and swatted defending champion Reigns over the top rope before doing the same to the Lunatic Fringe and his ball to win the match. Predictable in hindsight? Yes. A little bit of a shake-up and different to the status quo of the time? Damn skippy. Did it save us from another seemingly inevitable but poorly received Reigns win? Also yes. Well, for 2 and a bit months. Therefore, good. Number 6, The Undertaker in 2003. Undertaker entering the 2003 Royal Rumble in the number 30 slot was great for a number of reasons. First of all, it was the first time we'd seen him in 3 months after the Big Show threw him off a stage. Secondly, he managed to banish the memories of your favourite default creator superstar and mine, Maven, who eliminated him from the match a year prior. And thirdly, Taker eliminated an impressive 5 superstars in just 6 minutes and 45 seconds. That's how you clean a house. Even more impressive is that his bandana stayed on the whole time. The 2003 Rumble showcased SmackDown in its heyday. Cena, Chavo, Mysterio, Edge, Tajiri, Hardy, Haas, Benjamin, and Eddie all played their part in one of the more fondly remembered Rumbles before Lesnar and Taker battled Raw's Kane and Batista in the Final 4. Taker got rid of Batista, Taker outsmarted Kane, Taker got distracted by a chair from Batista, then Brock nipped in to win the match. Lovely. Number 5, Adam Bomb in 1994. I have a pretty dark sense of humour, so the following 3 entries are in here for the absolute bants of it all. They're the best because they're so rubbish. Some people smash their wrestling Blu-rays up when they see bad wrestling. I like to laugh at it, and so should you. Here's a direct quote from Vince McMahon as Adam Bomb entered the 1994 Royal Rumble. Adam Bomb's going to win the Royal Rumble. You can take your I'm marking out bro, you can take your that's gonna put some butts in the seats, you can take your it's Christian, and you can shove them where the sun don't shine. Adam Bomb's going to win the Royal Rumble is one of the worst calls in the history of professional wrestling, and because of that, it makes Adam Bomb one of the best number 30 entrants in the history of the Royal Rumble. The colour, the size, the rabies-filled mouth, and the contact lenses made Adam Bomb an attraction for children. But to put this call from Vince in some kind of perspective for the children of today, it would be like Eric Rowan coming out last while a few main eventers were still in the ring, and Michael Cole screaming, "Eric Rowan's going to win the Royal Rumble." Cole would be fired for saying such ridiculousness, and we'd still be laughing about it in the year 3000, along with the sight of my neighbour called Peter and a flux capacitor. Number 4, The Big Show in 2009. The Big Show weighs 500 pounds. We all know it's physically impossible to lift 500 pounds over your head, and that's why massive Paulie White has entered 12 Royal Rumble matches and won every single one. What's more, in the 2 Rumbles previous to the 2009 edition, both number 30s went on to win the entire thing. With logic and recent history on his side, Big Show was certain to win yet another Royal Rumble. Imagine the shock and horror of everybody left in the 2009 Rumble when the Giant was revealed as the final entrant. They knew they were done for. They might as well have just hopped over the top rope like kangaroos because they had no chance in hell. Jim Ross even made reference to the show's 18 AAA-sized feet being firmly planted on the mat. Firmly. There's no movement happening with firmly. Show was in there for 9 minutes 32 seconds, eliminated 6 superstars, well, roughly 4.8 superstars when you consider one of them was 55-year-old hacksaw Jim Duggan and another was Rey Mysterio, then was dumped out of the match while 5 other men remained. Slow clap. I'm slow clapping. So bad, it's fantastic. Number 3, Booker T in 2002. 2001 was a good year for Booker T. Following the closure of WCW, he was one of the names immediately picked up by WWE. Once the invasion angle was over with, Booker being one of the few to benefit from it as he was one of the Alliance's top guys throughout, he feuded with Stone Cold Steve Austin, costing the Texas Rattlesnake the WWF Championship at Vengeance before having a bit of a roll around in a grocery store. Things were looking so up, reports suggest that Booker almost changed his name to Carl Fredrickson. That's the old man from Up. Great. The Rumble arrives and it looks like a new star was in the process of being born in WWE. Booker drew number 30, he even got the full works pyro-wise during his entrance, an unprecedented feat for a Rumble entrant. He waltzed into the ring, tossed RVD over the top rope, did a spinneroonie, saw his name in lights on the marquee for WrestleMania 18, was dazzled, shocked, and potentially blinded by the light emanating from the metaphorical marquee. He quickly suffered a Stone Cold Stunner and was eliminated. The Stone Cold Stunner eliminated him. Like, I know The Rock gets stick from some quarters for the way he used to sell the stunner, but this sent Booker up, back a step, and then over the top rope. It was all going so well. Poor Booker. So bad, it's fantastic. Number 2, The Undertaker in 2007. The Undertaker made history in 2007 by becoming the first number 30 entrant to ever win a Rumble match. How did it take WWE so long to get there? It was a Rumble dominated by the big men. Kane tore up all kinds of humanity while the Great Khali was unstoppable and looked certain to win the entire match. Just as the countdown clock passed 1 for the final entrant, Michael Cole asked, "Who can stop this man?" Gong. Chills all over. Taker was the man not only to stop Khali, but eliminate him from the match altogether. Looking back, Old Chicken Legs was used as a great setup for Taker's appearance, with his dominance making the Dead Man's earth-shattering performance and eventual win all the more impactful. It was a win made all the more special by the final pairing of Taker and Shawn Michaels, the hometown hero on the night. They shared another awesome battle, so good in fact that not one person booed the result once HBK's feet had hit the floor. A fantastic story told throughout the match, and an even better performance by those key players mentioned. Is the 2007 Rumble the best ever? It's certainly in the conversation. Number 1, John Cena in 2008. I was going to go with Rey Mysterio in 2014, but it's still just too soon to joke about. Let's put this into some kind of perspective. John Cena completely tore his pectoral muscle off the bone in October 2007. The injury happened during a simple hip toss to Mr. Kennedy while Cena was in a feud with Randy Orton. Not only did the leader of the C Nation finish the match with Kenny Ken, but he still took part in the post-match beatdown with the Viper, Randy Ran. The injury ended a year-long WWE Championship reign, and the subsequent surgery revealed the worst-case scenario. Expected recovery time, 7 to 12 months. 3 months later, and Cena is back in the ring as the surprise 30th entrant in the 2008 Royal Rumble. Even by Super Cena standards, that recovery time is Clark Kent on some kind of human growth hormone. What made this number 30 entry so special was the fact that nobody saw it coming. The time frame given meant Cena was out of sight and therefore out of all minds, and that's including the minds of the dirt sheet writers, as none of them picked up on it. It was a surprise, and a monumental one in its purest form. The ending wasn't at all shocking, with Johnny Big Matches the Big Match Boy winning his first Rumble after ending up nose to massive nose with Triple H, whose shocked face was just as iconic as Cena's smug grin on the ramp. It just felt right and was universally well received, which was rare for a Cena win at the time. So that's our list. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You can pledge to us on Patreon here. And most importantly, don't forget to join us.